You outgrew them, and they knew it. From the beginning, you didn't demand attention. You had the insight. You were never designed to stay small. Growth is threatening to people who settle. They are comfortable, but you are not comfortable. Your discipline exposes their excuses. Your vision, instead of rising, they try to tarnish you. They called it love, but it was control. Concern, but it was fear. They told you to slow down, to be realistic, to stop dreaming so big. Your dreams were not in their comfort. They benefit from the version that doubted you. If you kept learning and growing, then you will stop asking for permission. You no longer tolerate manipulation. They can't control you. Before, can I do this? Can I do that? Then it was comfortable. Then they can have their way with you. But when you're confident, their opinions lose power over your decisions. They planted doubt in your life. But growth breaks free. No matter how much they try to box you, what's inside you need to be expressed. You can't be in prison forever. They put you down in this prison with control. This jealous circle of people, they are collapsing now. They're going mad for targeting you. They target you. Now they target themselves. Listen to this. Potential, resistance increased. You outgrew the old conversations. Now you're changing, you're different. Not everybody who walks with you gonna arrive with you. Their role was temporary, and you stayed longer than necessary. You confused them. Outgrowing them is not betrayal, it's alignment. Your values shift. You cannot expand in a space that celebrate your past but don't want your future. They were comfortable when you needed advice, validation. But now you don't care, you don't ask, but you trust your own judgment. Then the energy change. Independence is intimidating, and you are going independent. They are dependent on others. They don't want to succeed. They are fine that you progress, but not outside their comfort zone. You are going outside the comfort zone. You're not staying stuck. It forces them to confront themselves. They minimize you. They question you. They reminded you where you came from, who you was. They fear losing the power in your life. Growth, don't ask for permission. You don't negotiate with insecurity. You mature. They no longer support who you are becoming. Separation is painful because you're evolving, not because you're wrong. Growth creates distance before clarity. You felt lonely because you transitioned. Stop apologizing. What carry you through childhood, relationship, mindset have expiration date. Release them without guilt. Different discipline, different mindset, and not everyone can follow you there. If they don't have the courage, if they don't have the willingness, if they don't have the drive, It don't make them evil, but they can't be there. You don't shrink yourself. You don't dim your light to keep people comfortable in your presence. You're not created to be gullible. Walk ahead. Walk up. You have a vision. A vision is lonely. Transformation isolates before it attracts. And then one day you look back and you see the resistance was confirmation. The uncomfort, the criticism is proof that you are becoming something new. They knew the old value of you, but you outgrew them. Instead of preparing themselves, they try to put you down, smaller. It don't work on people who sail. Do not explain yourself to people who misunderstand you. Silence is not weakness. Growth speaks loudest in movement. Evolution is a solution. You are alive, you are learning, you are becoming. Let them remember you of your past. Keep growing, keep rising, keep moving. You are not there. You are here now. You are not yesterday. You are here and working for tomorrow. Growth makes them uncomfortable because they don't grow. They remain the same. And you improve your thinking, discipline, direction. You challenge the atmosphere around you. You don't accuse them. You don't say a word. Your progress spoke louder than anything. They felt exposed by your consistency. They choose comfort over growth. They build their identity in routine. They no longer question things. You expand. You are breaking the system. Your growth forces people to question themselves. Why did I stop trying? Why did I give up? Why don't I keep going? You are doing your thing, you are talking, and they are questioning themselves their whole life. Your discipline irritates them. It's not success, it's contrast. You wake up early. Imagine how many mornings they delay their purpose. They repeat the same patterns. You demand more from yourself. Then you see how little they expect from themselves. You take away the comfort of blaming. You rise. Truth is uncomfortable for anybody who built peace in justification. They're angry at the reflection it creates. Your evolution becomes a mirror. It shows them who they are and who they once said they want to be or become. Many choose to break the mirror. They question your motives. They call your ambition arrogance. They say that you are doing too much, thinking too big, changing too fast. But what they mean is your movement is disturbing their stillness. Your hunger, your courage is confronting their fear. Growth threatens hierarchy. All dynamics shift. People who were once advisors feel replaced. Those who feel superior feel uncertain. The balance change. You no longer need approval to move forward. Independence is dangerous to anyone who built influence on your dependence. Resistance. The same people who clap at your potential are quiet when your results. They were comfortable encouraging you, but they were not prepared for execution. Growth is demanding. Most people resist growth not because they hate you, because they can't confront themselves. To confront yourself is the hardest thing you can do. To confront and say, I did something bad. What I'm doing is not good. I need to change my life. I need to change myself. And you choose to change from the worst. You choose to change those bad habits and do something and self-improve. They are together in the struggle. You are alone. You refuse to remain defined by the same limitation. Misery loves company, but growth demands separation, elevation, isolation. That's why you feel tension. Your tolerance shift. The room feels small. You expanded. You grow. Silence cannot hide. You are no longer satisfied. You refuse to repeat cycles. You speak with clarity, not confusion. You disturb environments. Sarcasm, distance, slow withdrawal. They stop celebrating your wins. They downplay your discipline. They remind you of your past like it's still now. It's insecurity trying to survive. They are insecure. Your growth makes people uncomfortable. It's because you are growing in the right direction. Expansion creates friction before it creates alignment. Every level of maturity is the courage to be misunderstood. You should never shrink to maintain harmony. Betrayal is not peace. Comfort, the cost, purpose. Priorities, relationships, expectations. You trigger. It's not your responsibility to manage. You should not stay small to protect someone else's stability. You should not fit in. You should fulfill what's inside of you. If they get uncomfortable, let it. It's proof of expansion. It's a sign that you are no longer available for a small version of life. Keep growing. Those who rise with you will rise with you. Those who cannot, they will reveal themselves. Some people benefit from your smaller version. You have to rethink. When you search before approval, you are easy to manipulate, to control. When you don't care, when you don't search, when you don't ask others for approval, you look outside yourself for validation. Now you look inside for validation. You didn't realize your authority. Your smaller version needed guidance and permission. They felt comfort being needed. They wanted you to trust them. They wanted to control you. Your hesitation gave them position. It was not support. It was conditional. As long as you stayed unsure, but the moment you begin to think dependently, the balance shifted. When you stopped asking and you started to answer, the atmosphere changed. Confidence removed them. Resistance, advice turned into doubt. Concern, criticism. Guidance, control. They framed it as care, but it was fear of losing influence over your life. Your growth threatens their comfort. Some people do not want you empowered, they want you dependent. Dependence allows them to feel important without evolving themselves. Your growth, they grow with you or they lose. Not everybody is willing to pay that price. When you were smaller, you tolerated behavior without question. You accepted opinions. You stayed in conversation that no longer stimulate you. It shrank. When you grew, you stopped to explain yourself. You choose alignment over approval. It felt like rejection. They say that you change, but the version of you they can predict no longer exists. Those who rely on access, they were never prepared to evolve. Your growth triggered guilt. They reminded you of everything they done for you. They referenced your past. They implied that your independence is disloyal. Growth is not betrayal, it's maturity. Support has an expiration date. Some people were assigned to help you survive, not to help you lead. They were necessary in your learning stage, but dangerous in your leadership stage. What protected you can limit you. Guidance and control. Guidance is to stand on your own. Your confidence increase. Control lost its grip. They felt threatened. It reveals their ceiling. They reach a level of comfort. Your comfort exposed. They try to lower you. They question your decisions when your results improved. They were mourning. They missed a version of you. But maturity demands transition. You have to lead yourself, own conviction, stop seeking approval, and stand in authority. And it will upset those who benefit from your hesitation. Not everyone who helped you grow wants to see you stand alone. Independence removes. Confidence removes control. You cannot apologize. You cannot shrink back to make others feel useful. Honor does not require. They were built on your need, not your destiny. The relationship must transform or end. If it delayed your growth, your responsibility is not to remain stuck, aligned. Those who truly supported you, they will celebrate you, your independence. Others will resist it. Let it teach you, not trap you. Growth reveals motives. And once revealed, you must have the courage to choose evolution. You never meant to stay small, so others could feel significant. Outgrowing, they struggle to accept because they confuse loyalty with stagnation, staying the same. Growth does not erase history, it honors truth. Your values evolve. Distance, alignment, your values, your direction. You begin to agree. You are discovering who you are, what you believe, and what you are capable of. Many relationship is not real. Clarity replaces confusion. You start to make progress, purpose over popularity. Conversations feel forced. You clash. What feels natural is draining. Guilt, leaving environments, choosing differently, think that you're better than others, growth, you're elevating, you are adjusting what's true for you. Betrayal is intentional harm. You are not hurting people by refusing to live a life that no longer fits. You are refusing to betray yourself. Some people were aligned in your past needs, not in your future vision. They like who you were, not who you are becoming. Seasons are not failures. Familiarities, not destiny. History, loyalty is burden. You no longer tolerance, chaos, confusion. You start to think about solution. They are anchored in old patterns. You have to have courage, quiet realization that if you stay will cost too much. It's misunderstood because it lacks drama. You need to have strength. You outgrew. Once upon a time, you loved them. But you can't love if you don't have the same direction. Guilt, resentment, misunderstood, emotionally drained. Resentment damaged the relationship more than separation. Responsibility, it forces that your life, you are accountable how you spend your energy with your potential. You can't stay where you cannot grow. People who are aligned, they will recognize it, they will respect your boundaries, they will celebrate your clarity. Those who accuse you are often reacting to loss of access. They miss the old version that was easier to influence, easier to predict, easier to keep in place. Your growth disrupts their comfort. Your responsibility, you should not stay small. Outgrowing is not abandonment, it's obedience to the truth, to God, choosing integrity, understanding that growth requires space, and space requires separation. You appreciate the past, but you move on. You no longer belong. You outgrow. Guilt loses its power. You stop apologizing. You stop explaining your evolution for people who misunderstand. You move forward. To leave others behind, it's to leave yourself behind and make others comfortable. Opposition shows up. You question yourself. You slow down. You wonder if you made the right decision. You have to move. You have to cross new lines. Another level. Routine is not questioned, but you disrupt a pattern. You change how you think, speak, act. You introduce something new, resistance. Triggered by progress, you stop repeating cycles. You have standards. You're no longer wrong. You're not cooperating with what control you. Every new level is a test. Growth that's not tested is not growth. It exposes. If everything were easy, clarity would be shallow. Resistance. When you begin to grow, the things that cannot follow will hold you back. Resistance comes from familiar places. It comes from places, systems, voices you respected. Resistance tests your identity. Are you who you were or who you are becoming? You retreat or you advance. Growth requires choosing discomfort, opposition, purpose. You counter resistance. Why are you moving forward? Opposition. You leave behind what truly matters. Silence. Many breakthroughs are disruptive. The old frame must die. You have to break limits. It challenges your comfort, doubt, whispers that you are alone, that you are doing too much, that you should return, that you should be safe. Resistance reveals who is aligned with your future. Some will stand with you with true discomfort. Others will give up, withdrawn. That separation is not punishment. And they try to hold you back. They try to doubt you and they thought you will stay small, but they were wrong. You rise above their limits. You're going into the next level. And you silence all the haters. Resistance becomes confirmation. You decide to change. You choose differently. You break patterns. You stop negotiating. Every meaningful transition, every elevation, every transformation, resistance, a part of the process. You remain at a level. You stand strong. You begin to understand. Fear loses authority. You refine. You're strengthening. You're no longer living the same. You are growing. When resistance show up, do not panic. You're close to transformation. Never shrink To preserve access, do not reduce yourself. If you shrink, it feels like peace, but it's self-betrayal. When you make yourself smaller, you teach them that your growth is negotiable. Access is a powerful thing. They grow attached to you, what they can take, what they can do. You set boundaries, you protect your time, you stop over explaining. Those who build comfort around access feels like loss, pressure. They joke about you, how you have changed. They remind you of who you used to be. They imply that you are distant, cold, or ungrateful. But they're really asking for you to go back to a version of yourself that required less adjustment. Humans are wired for connection. You do not want to be misunderstood. You don't want to appear arrogant. You don't want to lose people you once care about. So you lower in your standards, silencing, delaying your growth because it feels easier. Comfort is not calling. Every time you shrink, you reinforce a lie. You tell yourself that your expansion is dangerous, that your clarity is disruptive, that your progress is selfish. Confidence. Shrinking confuses those around you. People learn to wait you out. They stop taking your boundaries seriously because you abandoned them before. Your growth is consistency, commitment. You already outgrew. You don't explain. You're designed to be complete. Honoring what you're becoming. Some doors must close for others to open. Some connections must lose. The people meant to walk with you will not demand reduction. They will not feel threatened by your clarity. They will not require you to dim yourself. They will adjust, not accuse. You refuse to shrink. You teach others. You set a standard. Your growth is not up to debate. It don't make you unkind. It makes you honest. Humility is not denying your responsibility. Do not pretend you're less to protect someone else's insecurity. You will be misunderstood when you stop shrinking. Boundaries as distance, focus as arrogance, growth as abandonment. Let them. Self-respect. You should not manage how others feel. Your responsibility is to remain faithful to your development. Nobody can carry that burden. Stop shrinking. What remains is lighter, cleaner. You are more aligned. You adjust. You change. You grow. Never shrink to preserve access. Access through self-reduction will cost more than it gives. Growth may reduce your circle, but it will expand your life. Stand in who you are becoming. Those who are meant to stay will rise to meet you.